The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey, everybody, this is Mike Long, and welcome you to Sunday NHB. I'll just begin with the Lord's Prayer and we'll get started. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. All right, guys. Welcome to Sunday HB. I'm stoked about this. I think we're going to cover something that's going to be really terrific for money getting. I'm just going to check out the Skype box here, and I'm going to quickly check Facebook to see if there's any about this event and where to sign up for it, where to get involved with it. Just going to type this in here real quick. com/continued coaching. Okay. All right, great. So let me ask how many people that are here today. Hey Clinton. Hey Nick. Excited? Oh, Nick, this is your first NHB Webby. Oh, you're in for a treat. This is cool. This is different kind of stuff, kind of small coaching. Now, this particular event is a bit different than the way that Greg runs things. Greg typically runs things as a strict Q&A about SEO is pretty much the way it works for Greg. He'll answer a few other questions. Pardon me. About he might answer a few other questions about money getting and so forth. My events are every other week. They're on Saturday or Sunday. They alternate Saturdays and Sundays. Today, of course, is Sunday, and I try to strictly focus in on money getting. I know Penguin 2 is out right now and people are excited about it. It's possible that I can mention a thing or two about Penguin 2, but really, tomorrow Greg will be back at it, and you got your Monday and your Wednesday webinars with him, and that's a great opportunity to take care of that. Today, I want to talk about what we always talk about, which is money getting. Now, let me ask how many people here on this event, and I guess you can type this either in the, I don't know, I guess there's probably not as many people logged into the Skype channel as normal, but we have a lot of people on the actual GoToWebinar. Let me ask you: did anybody here get the opportunity to watch the Capture His Heart? Did anyone here? I kind of put that out as a Clinton. You did watch it. Gary watched it. Fletch watched it. Hey, Fletch, how's it going, man? Yeah, Clinton did watch it. Okay, great. Fran watched it. Oh, wonderful. That's great. Yeah, definitely. Well, that's cool. You know what, Fletch, can I bring you live? I just want to find out, just kind of hear your reaction to it and hear some of the things that you had to say about it. So I'm just going to bring you live here. Hopefully you've got your mic up. Fletch, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Hey, man. Thanks so some of your impressions having watched this sales letter, some of the things you got out of it, maybe some of the questions that you had, just kind of your ideas surrounding what it made you feel like, things that came up like, is this really true? Or, well, how do they do that? How does this work? Just any kind of questions that you had surrounding this sales letter.
Yeah, no, a couple interesting things that I did make note of were primarily the fact that you don't even really know what this was until, like, I don't know, 75% of the way through the video.
Yeah.
It talked about really what it will do for you.
Yep.
But as far as like what the actual offer is, that didn't even come up until much, much later, which I thought was, it was compelling in that, it doesn't matter really what the product is. It matters what the solution is, really
Right.
what it's going to do for you.
Uh-huh.
That was something that jumped out at me. And then just how we fit in all the different elements of, compelling copy in a video format.
Okay. And what were some of those elements that you saw?
Just talking about, his about who he was, about the problem and making it worse, and then the whole kind of secret that this underground type lady knows these things but doesn't want to come public with it, and the fact that he was actually, the reason he's doing this was because he was, I don't want to say duped, but he was actually caught this way.
Yeah, kind of the
which I
hook.
thought
Yeah,
was
like this kind of worked on me, and that's why.
it worked
And
on me, right?
yeah, exactly. And let me just I think everything you're saying here is super valuable for anybody who hasn't watched this letter yet. So first of all, if you're watching this on the replay, now's a great time to pause and go to capturehim.com and watch. Really, I would recommend to watch this whole thing. This is a winning letter right now. You don't necessarily have to buy it, okay? But just go ahead and experience the video sales letter. That's number one. Number two, to give you a synopsis of what's going on here. The name of the author here is Michael Fiore. In reality, he is Chris Haddad. I actually started talking about this. Let me see, Chris Haddad. I actually started talking about this. This is Chris right here. I met Chris when I went to Vegas. Chris is really one of the dangerous copywriters out there. Very, very brilliant, very intense, very studied, very practiced. Tons and tons of success. He got his start in the internet marketing space, just like me and David Mills. And well, I guess me and David Mills actually really started in magic, but pretty early on we got to the internet marketing space. And Chris, he was a ghostwriter for other authors. They would, not even for other authors, but for gurus who wanted to kind of sneak him in the back door to write a really winning sales letter or video sales letter for a ClickBank offer or for a launch or something like that. And then Chris would come in and supply the winning copy to get people to stand up and pull out their wallets. And he became dissatisfied with it pretty at some point where he really started becoming very successful. And the guru would do a multi-million-dollar launch, and then he'd make $10,000 or $20,000, or something like that. And he just thought, well, they're not really selling much here. Why don't I just come up with my own offers and use my own skills at sales to make them? And so that's what he did. He went over to the relationship advice niche and started writing as Michael Fiore. And so that's what this is about. And then this is for an offer called Capture His Heart and Make Him Love You Forever. I think it's just basically an ebook. I don't own it. But the idea is that there's quite a starving crowd market when it comes to relationship advice, and particularly women who are a little bit older. Maybe the exact target audience for this would be some woman who used to watch Sex and the City, and she wants Mr. Big, and she has some extra money sitting around because she's single, and she doesn't she just has disposable income. She maybe has a good job. Maybe she makes $100,000 a year or something like that, and that's the target market for this. And by the way, I'm not really recommending that you get into that market particularly. I'll probably talk about a few other really great markets. I alluded during the OMG webinar, the red carpet webinar that we had the other day, that really the whole spirituality market, law of attraction, is really, really strong. Stuff like The Secret and so forth. That's a really strong and really this market is a little bit beginning to become saturated relationship advice. There's starting to be more and more competition, but in terms of some really wide open markets, really spirituality is super wide open. Also, health and fitness tends to be a much bigger market. But this is great because I know about this. I know the details. And of course, if you want to promote this, that's great. And you're most certainly going to be very successful because there are a whole cluster of offers surrounding this. But I just wanted to kind of give you a synopsis of what's going on. Now, this is something that Chris Haddad, he didn't write the product. He got this woman to write it. And so he's having to sell somebody else's product, which was something a little bit new for him. And so that was to catch you up a little bit. Now, Fletch, let me ask you a few questions. Did you feel, of course, you're a guy looking at this, so it's a little bit, you're probably gonna be a little bit more analytical and so forth. But were there any objections that came up for you, and any thought that you had